I have no idea if I made the worst decision or the best decision in my life. I had broken off from the very first real relationship I ever had. Now, it's a no-brainer, in case anyone hasn't been following along this far into the stories I've been telling, but I was in a relationship with Chad. Not that it broke off, like, horribly or anything. That is details I'll surely get into. Now, I'm not explaining all this like, ooh, I got some tea today, girls, let's go ahead and tell this story. Or just saying that because I literally have nothing else to talk about. But it gets into a little bit deeper aspect as far as figuring out, we're pretty much going on this journey I've been on to discover what it is that I'm into. Not as in relationship, but basically just treading another chapter in my life in which I'm trying to discover who I am. I had never been in a relationship before. I have no idea how relationships work, and the more I go into it, the less I feel like I know what I am doing as far as a relationship goes. Surprisingly, I seem to be a natural at it, given the experience that my boyfriend, or should I say ex-boyfriend, has told me in his past. But it seems like I'm doing a good job somehow, yet I don't feel like I'm really into it. To elaborate, whenever I see other people, let's say walking around in public, holding hands and being all romantic and stuff, or like kissing each other, just like snuggling into their arms, I can see they like, or love, should I say, being in each other's presence. Sure, they might be playing it up just a little bit, or maybe they might be genuine. To me, it's just confusing. I don't know what that means. I don't understand if that is how you're supposed to feel. If that's how the connections are. How I express my, I guess, love towards something, I don't make it all about huggy, touchy-feely stuff. Heck, even saying the words, I love you, seem very strange and foreign to my own lips. It just doesn't sound like anything in my vocabulary would ever come up with. One person would say, maybe you just didn't have enough affection in your life. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. But that's just not how I express myself. I just do it through being around them. Respect. I just don't show the love aspect. However, I saw a video where someone explains something I really don't want to identify as because I still feel like I show affection in a sense, but basically it's where you do not have romantic feelings towards someone, and that's false. You see, I still like someone. However, I think because since he was my very first relationship, I can't guarantee for a fact if that's what I was feeling, or if that's just how I was supposed to feel. Now, I know love and relationship come in different flavors. And not everybody is romantically romantic. Not everybody shows up with a bouquet of roses. Not everybody hugs and kisses and loves each other unconditionally like that. Some people just like existing in the same plane of existence and calling it a day. But I feel like that I should show or feel more. And so, with long consideration that maybe I should start venturing out more, we broke up on good terms. We both agreed, and we both understand each other. However, this did not stop me from feeling extreme pain. Nobody really discusses this, and I realize that I don't find a lot of videos that talk about this specific thing, so that's pretty much what the topic is today. I have not been in any other relationship outside of this one. Any other quote-unquote relationship I might have been in was like little petty ones that you obviously go through in middle school. And they're pretty petty. Oftentimes it was just a kid who wanted to have a girl around because, oh, it's so cute, it's so cool to have a little girl on the side. I remember one specific quote-unquote relationship that I did have, and it lasted maybe a week. This kid, who I still have a picture of to this day, wanted to go out with me, and I was like, whatever. I already at this point had this mentality because it happened multiple times before where a kid wants to go out with me and after a while they're like, oh yeah, I don't want to go out with you anymore. So this one I thought was a little different. It still felt odd. Relationships still feel weird, but he gave me a peck of the cheek after giving me this necklace. But he never really wanted me to sit with him at lunch, which was pretty much a sign that, you know, he wasn't taking this relationship serious. And I'm pretty sure it's his loss now, because now I'm constantly getting asked out and it's annoying. But anywho, that relationship was like a dud, like every other. And most, if not the entirety of high school, I did not get asked out once. I did not get asked to a prom. I did not get asked out to a dance. Yeah. I think I might have had one crush, but at that point in time, I was pretty much desperate for a relationship. I was not asking anyone, but internally I was like staring at every guy I passed by, thinking maybe this person secretly likes me and just isn't too brave enough to ask me out. Maybe this person really wants to go out with me. Maybe this person's gonna ask me out to a dance. And every Valentine's Day, we did these Valentine's Day things differently in high school. I have no idea if it's the same way now or if it was this way back then. But in high school, they would allow students to like write an anonymous name or something at the office, and then somebody would come in during class to drop off like a treat or something. You could like pick out your secret admirer or something. I don't think the person knew who the secret admirer was. You just randomly, a student or a teacher would walk in with a treat and give it to you and say, oh, somebody put your name in and you got this. I was always hoping for one and I never got one. And pretty much set in stone that I was pretty much ugly. I wasn't necessarily the coolest kid either. With all that said, I didn't have anybody who was looking at me romantically. They didn't care about me at all. So, shortly after high school, I kind of just forgot about the idea and assumed that maybe I won't fall in love at all. I'd probably be happy with just a bird or a pet dog and be lonely for the rest of my life and be perfectly fine. Because it didn't really help that there might have been some kind of relationship failures in my life that was not necessarily related to me at all, but still influenced the idea that relationships were a waste of time. But that's just a speculation. When Chad came around and asked me out through phone, it surprised me. Now, I'm pretty sure he won't care if I say this part, but he originally did not ask me out to ask me out. He was trying to actually hook me up with somebody else. But they were not really showing much attention or affection towards me, so he was like, well, they're a bum, I'll just go ahead and ask her out. On the idea to try to boost my ego. He felt bad that that guy did not go for the bait. So he was like, oh, I'll just go out with her and make her think that she's, worth it. In hindsight, that makes me look like I'm a piece of crap and that nobody really wants to date me, and that's a pretty douche move. But he ended up finding out that I wasn't that bad of a woman and wanted to be with me. So, as of this past June 16th, when it marked our 3-year relationship, everything was great. We did not have a real reason to actually break up. There was no real reason to end things. As far as I know, everything was perfectly fine. I think most of the turmoil was within me. And obviously, most people would go, it's not you, it's me. But really, he had all the experience with all the people he's met in the past. Who cares? I don't care about his body count. He had experience. There's nothing wrong with having a large body count. Don't think he has one, but it doesn't matter. The point is, he knows what he wants. He's already settled with himself. And is perfectly content with having me around. I have already mentioned earlier in this video that I have not had another relationship to go off of, which is where I am currently at right now. I have no idea what I'm going for. I don't know what you're supposed to feel in a relationship. I feel like I'm supposed to feel deeply, deeply connected with the person I'm currently with. And as much as Chad has changed my life, as much as the details and the information he has given me for me to realize how much I was lacking as far as how my views were around the world and the people around me and how to communicate and how I expressed myself and the things I had no idea existed in this world, I still feel like the one thing that I'm missing is the deep connection I'm supposed to feel with somebody. Now, I thought I had these feelings towards someone else. He was the one who asked me out. And for a while, not even for a while, when I had gotten that question, I was trying my best to come up with 1,000 reasons why I shouldn't say yes. Only because I don't like change as much as I want to believe I do. Saying yes to a potential relationship would open up a giant door of having to deal with them, and part of me believed it was only going to last a very short period of time. I knew deep down inside me, I really, really wanted to try a relationship. Deep down inside me, I wanted to know or feel that somebody else deeply cared about me, even if it wasn't my quote-unquote ideal man. But nobody really gets their ideal person. They usually, lack of a better word, settle. Now, your soulmate might not look exactly like who you're dating. Just saying. And he, I believe, might actually be my soulmate. We connect on a level that I don't think I could ever find anywhere else. And I completely love him for that. Now, you notice I said the word love him for that. But I don't think that applies to him specifically. I'm more worried of not having the exact same freedom with anybody else. However, the only way I know exactly what I'm looking for in a relationship is by exploring, even if it means sacrificing my comfort zone. Which is what also made me not want to break up. I was comfortable. Everything was fine. I just felt like I was lacking something. I didn't know what it was. So, this led me to wander. My brain started to wander. I wanted to know what it is that attracted me. What it is that I wanted. And that's the struggles of having never dated anyone. And it sucks because it seems like I'm really good at dating, it's just I don't know how it's supposed to feel. And I don't want to identify as insert word here because I don't know what it is. I do have romantic feelings towards people, I just don't express it the same way. And I want to feel that. I want to feel the deep connection of wanting to be with somebody. Of course, I don't want to seem clingy, but I want to feel like they're the other half of me, that I'm attracted to them. And it's a hard journey to go through because I myself don't even know what I want. And when I describe it, it pretty much sounds like Chad. Except, I'm not sure if it should be him. I've countless times come across videos explaining that just because you really, really like somebody, and just because you feel you should be with them as far as the relationship goes, doesn't mean you have to. That if you feel some kind of uncertainty, you are allowed to let it go and try again. I recently heard a Reddit story where a man fell in love with this woman, married her, and had a child. I believe it was like 18 years into their marriage life, he suddenly just did not love her. Despite him still enjoying her, thinks she's gorgeous, a wonderful woman, he just didn't love her. I don't know what that feels like, but I feel like that's kind of what I'm feeling with Chad. At the same time, I'm not entirely sure if I ever had the word love to begin with. Only because I never expressed love towards anyone or anything, so I don't know how it's supposed to feel. And so I'm left here, wondering what I'm supposed to do. And I'm certain other people feel that way. However, I haven't seen any videos of anyone explaining what it's like to have never had a relationship, to have never expressed these things before, to have never been in these situations and dissecting it and wondering, are these normal feelings at all? Is this something you're supposed to do? Is it something you're supposed to accept? Is there anything more to this? And I know it's not a good idea to go off TV shows and movies and books about how love is supposed to be, because you know they embellish the hell out of that. But I can't help but feel some of it is mildly true. That the love that you have connected with somebody is like an extension of your body. That without them you feel broken inside. Obviously, if anything were to happen to Chad, I'd be in horrible pain. It would just destroy me. I am constantly double checking him. Even though we are no longer together, I feel like what I did hurt him more than it hurt me. And he might be hiding it because that's just what he does. But I feel like it really did. And he reminds me, he's not my responsibility. And it's a little hard when you've been with somebody for 3 years. And I think that's what's banking my love towards him, is because I've been with him for so long, that at this point, it's like having just having another important person in your life that you don't want to let go. He's obviously more than a friend. But, you know, not. So, that's pretty much where I'm at with him. And my journey to figure out what it is I'm looking for now begins. But I don't know what I'm looking for. But in today's world, everything is internet based. I can't go out and immediately find somebody. And for the record, I'm not just looking for a guy. Obviously, it'd be too easy to just find a guy out in the streets, because let me tell you, they are looking. And it's kind of infuriating. I just want to know what it is I'm supposed to feel, and if what I've been feeling is normal. Hey everyone, this is Leanne. Thank you guys for getting this far into the video. If you enjoyed this video, please watch my previous one, where it's called Get Your Help, where I explain that no matter what someone says or does, you should always push forward to getting the help you need, because yeah, it's really hard out there in the world. Otherwise, be sure to check out my entire playlist for videos just like this. Thank you guys for getting this far into the video, and be sure to like and subscribe if you will. Thank you guys for watching.